Hey guys, this is Sam here. Welcome to yet another video on AWS learning series. And today we'll be covering networking and content delivery. So the idea here is to give you a brief idea or a nutshell concept about each and every one of the key components. And down the line we'll be revisiting them in a detailed manner. We'll be releasing detailed lab sessions, how to use them, how to take advantage of them and all. So we have already seen AWS global infrastructure. It's time to see networking and content delivery. When we talk about networking and content delivery, the first one is VPC. VPC stands for virtual private cloud. So virtual private cloud, what do you mean by that? So Amazon, they have an offering which will let you to provision logically isolated section of AWS cloud, where you can launch your own AWS resources in a virtually defined network. And this virtual network, you get to define that. You have the complete control over this virtual network. You get to do certain things or customization of network, like you can define your own IP address. You can change the subnet address and so on. So the idea here is to give you complete access over your own virtually defined network and host a small portion of AWS inside that. So I want you to think of them as isolated data centers. So virtual private cloud is an isolated cloud resources within AWS, and best way to remember is that by thinking of them as isolated data center. And then we have got a direct connect. As the name says, it is the way to connect directly to the AWS without using internet. It's a dedicated network connection to AWS. Way of connecting to AWS without the need of internet helps the data transport from AWS and to AWS infrastructure via secure line. The benefit is increased bandwidth, low latency. Since it is a dedicated channel, and they have offerings of 1 Gbps port and 10 Gbps port. So think about the speed, and people will be using direct connect for that. And another offering from AWS under this section is Route 53. So Route 53 is the DNS service, managed DNS service from AWS. It is a highly available and scalable domain name system or DNS web service. So what do you mean by DNS? So DNS is the service which will help you to route the end users or network traffic to internet applications or web applications by translating website names to numeric IP address. So let me give you this as an example. Let's think about this scenario wherein a user wants to hit www.google.com. What do you do first? You open up your browser. You enter the website name, human friendly website name, which is www.google.com. So DNS service, which sits in the backend, it takes this human readable website name and it converts them to numeric IP address, corresponding numeric IP address, and then you will be seeing the website content. So that's what it does. I mean, that's what a normal DNS service does. And here the service offering is called as Route 53. But why the name Route 53 for a DNS service from Amazon? Port 53, that's the actual DNS port number, the default port number for DNS, and that's how they've named it as Route 53. And to add one more thing to it, Route 66, it is the first interstate in US, and they decided to name it as Route 53 by referencing to that. And then another thing is CloudFront, another offering. So we were if you remember, we were talking about this and the edge location and content delivery network in the previous slide, global infrastructure. So this is the global content delivery network offering from AWS. Edge location is the place that caches the data. I know you will be a bit confused, but let me throw you this example. So think about this. Your data is stored somewhere in US location. You have a website or a data or a file, and someone from India wants to use your data. How the network traffic will be? The request from Indian user, it has to go all the way across to US, right? And as since the request has to travel this much or this far, there will be network delay, and there will be network latency. So the best way to put it is cache this data somewhere in Mumbai, so that you don't need to reach to US location. Indian users, they can easily reach to Mumbai, and the bandwidth will be very nice. I mean, there won't be any network latency. So instead of traveling all the way to US, the network request, or the request from the user, it goes to the nearby location wherein the data is cached. So CloudFront, they have something called as edge location, and edge locations are the place where the data is cached. So the second user from India, they get to access the data much quickly by accessing the Mumbai location, right? Let me know if it is confusing. I'm gonna wrap up the video here. That's all I have got it here, guys. So we have covered what do you mean by VPC, what is a direct connect, what is edge location, and so on. So give us a thumbs up and a like if you like this effort. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot for watching.